Good evening, everyone. Mike Frankel courtside in North Wildwood for the Olmer's Appliance Service game of the night. Wildwood Catholic at home to take on Pleasantville. This one a big-time early season Cape Atlantic League United Division showdown. Wildwood Catholic comes in with a record of 3-0. Pleasantville coming in with a record of 2-0. Both of these teams off to hot starts this year. These two teams, along with the St. Joseph Wildcats, really the top three teams in the Cal United. It'll be two of those teams most likely earning automatic bids to the Cape Atlantic League tournament in a couple of months, with the third of those teams likely making that tournament as a wild card. We're just about set to get underway here tonight. As I mentioned, Pleasantville 2-0, opening the season with a win over Howell and a win over Delsea on the road a couple of nights ago. Again, Wildwood Catholic coming in at 3-0. The Crusaders opened the season with a victory at home over Holy Spirit last Friday night. Then an impressive win over Trenton at the Ocean City PBA tip-off weekend last weekend. And Wildwood Catholic coming off a win over Cape May County rival Middle Township just a couple of nights ago. We'll pause just a couple of minutes for the national anthem, then we'll get you the starting lineups in just a second.
These students are currently in leadership roles in 7th and 8th grades
Once again, Mike Frankel courtside with you here at Wildwood Catholic. Packed house in North Wildwood tonight. Standing room only crowd for this big-time Cape Atlantic League showdown between Wildwood Catholic and Pleasantville. It's the first of two meetings this season between the Crusaders and the Greyhounds. The rematch will be on January 21st in Pleasantville as the starting lineups are being announced right now as we get set for tip-off. The junior varsity game running a little bit long tonight, which is why we're going on a little bit late here, getting started about 20 minutes or so late. But here we go with the starting lineups for Pleasantville. Jalen Freeman, senior guard, of course. Wildwood Catholic fans familiar with him. He played his freshman year right here in this gym before transferring to Middle Township. And now he's a senior starter for Pleasantville. Jacob Vallius, big-time scorer for the Greyhounds as well. Samir Jones in his second season at Pleasantville after transferring from Mainland. Sam Growalt and Alejandro Rosado round out the starting lineup for Pleasantville. So 4 seniors and a junior in the starting rotation for Butch Warner's team. And now Wildwood Catholic, the Crusaders starters being announced. They'll start sophomore Dave Zarfati, junior Jacob Hopping, junior Jalil White, junior Taj Thweet, and senior Jake McGonigal. Of course, a lot of buzz this season about White and Thweet. Those two, again, just juniors, but serious rotation players and starters on last year's Wildwood Catholic Cape Atlantic League Championship team. Both of those guys receiving some major Division I attention, and each with a handful of offers so far. So again, for Wildwood Catholic, it's McGonigal, White, Zarfati, Hopping, and Thweet as we get set for tip-off here in North Wildwood. Much more veteran group in terms of starting lineup. Pleasantville, again, starting 4 seniors, 1 junior. Just 1 senior in the starting lineup for Wildwood Catholic. That's Jake McGonigal. He'll handle point guard duties much of the night. 3 juniors. Their leading scorers in Thweet, White, and Hopping. And again, Zarfati, just a sophomore. Tonight's video, as always, brought to you by Ulmer's Appliance Service as we're getting set for tip-off here in North Wildwood. Wildwood Catholic versus Pleasantville should be a good one. Highly anticipated matchup. Again, these two teams, at least so far, look like 2 of the best in the Cape Atlantic League. It'll be Thweet and Vallius on the jump. And Wildwood Catholic controls the tip. So we're underway here in North Wildwood. It's White across the timeline. Drives, kicks out. McGonigal down low, back to White. His shot is good. So Jalil White with the first bucket of the game and a near turnover here, and it is a turnover. Greyhounds trying to move a little too quickly there. Rosado stepping on the end line. The basketball will go right back to Wildwood Catholic. Hopping, inbounds to White. Full court pressure by the Greyhounds. It'll be Vallius trying to check Jalil White. White sets the offense. Now over to McGonigal. Trying to post up Thweet. Instead he goes to Hopping, top of the key. Jacob Hopping, guarded by Rosado. Hangs, shoots. Back iron, no good. Rebound, battled for. Thweet down there. Ball still loose. Thweet with a wild shot. But we have a shooting foul on the play as Taj Thweet will go to the line to shoot 2. Taj Thweet, one of the top recruits in South Jersey, if not the state. Handful of Division I offers, including Temple and Seton Hall. Thweet off on the first one. He'll get a second. Less than a minute in here. 2-0 Wildwood Catholic so far. Thweet's second shot is good. So make it a 3-point lead for the Crusaders as they start to pick up about 3/4 court. Here's Freeman, drives to his right, splits the double team. His shot is good. So Jalen Freeman, the former Crusader, playing his freshman year here in North Wildwood before transferring to Middle Township. First points of the game for Pleasantville. White on a drive. His shot is no good, but there's a foul on the play. And Jalil White will go to the line to shoot 2. So here's Jalil White at the stripe, looking for his first free throw of the night. First one's off the mark. Again, Wildwood Catholic coming off of 3 wins to open the season. They opened the year with a victory over Holy Spirit right here at home. And they beat Trenton in Ocean City before knocking off Middle Township. Mohamed Toure into the game for the first time for Pleasantville, the Rutgers football recruit, also playing basketball. And it looks like a lane violation going against Wildwood Catholic. The shot missed anyway, but wave it off regardless as an empty trip to the line for Wildwood Catholic. So Pleasantville to inbound. Crusaders picking up with the full court pressure. Jones passes to Freeman. Here's Freeman. Top of the key, Toure. Over to Valius. And now Samir Jones. Dribbles to the baseline, cut off, kicks it out, and Valius catches around midcourt. He's checked by White. Over to Jalen Freeman. Looking for a screen from Toure. Goes the other way, spins, and loses it. Here's White for Wildwood Catholic. Jalil White to McGonigal in the lane, hangs, passes, and Thweet with the layup and one. Good look there from Jake McGonigal as he thought about shooting it. Then he had a better option and a teammate cutting to the bucket. Dishes it off to Thweet, and he'll try to complete the three-point play. 5-2 Catholic early on, and Thweet makes it 6-2. Here's Samir Jones. Jones to run track in college at Boston University. He goes baseline and gets 2. First bucket of the game for Samir Jones, and he brings the deficit to 2. Here's Jalil White. To his right, off to Hopping, back up top to Thweet. Left-hand dribble to Zarfati, circles back to the lane. Now it's White resetting. He's checked by Valius, good matchup there. And it looks like White stepped out of bounds. So a turnover against Wildwood Catholic, and it'll be Pleasantville with the basketball. Here's Samir Jones. Rosado thought about a 3, now dips in, hangs, off the mark. White rips down the rebound. Up ahead to Hopping. Loses the handle in the corner, gets it back, down to Thweet. McGonigal up top, drives, hangs, and Thweet with the putback dunk. Taj Thweet with 6 early points in this one. Here's Valius, lays it off, almost a turnover. And now looks like we have a foul call on the play. Foul will go against Wildwood Catholic as we're taking another look at that Thweet dunk. Outstanding finisher near the rim. Freeman inbound. Looking for Rosado, and he loses it. Ball on the floor, Rosado's out of bounds. Or is he? It looks like it'll be last touched by Wildwood Catholic, unless the officials are pointing the wrong direction, and that's the case. So it'll be Wildwood Catholic basketball, last touch by Alejandro Rosado. And now we have a 30-second timeout called by Pleasantville head coach Bush Warner. So his team down 8-4. We're almost 3 minutes into the first quarter here in North Wildwood. As you see McGonigal go glass for Thweet once again. Not sure if that was a design pass or just a follow. Either way, Wildwood Catholic will take it as they have a 4-point lead. Thweet with 6 of the 8 points so far for Wildwood Catholic. Jalil White with the other 2. Jalen Freeman with a bucket and Samir Jones with a bucket so far for Pleasantville. So here we go out of the timeout. It'll be Wildwood Catholic basketball as Pleasantville turned it over on its last possession. And here's Jalil White to bring it across. He's checked by Samir Jones. Gets it over to McGonigal. Checked closely by Freeman. McGonigal looking for space to Zarfati. Back to White. Gets the step. Hangs, elbow, jumper, good. Good pressure there by the Greyhounds, but Wildwood Catholic able to break it. And White hits the bucket. Here's Freeman. Three-pointer on the way, and that one's good. Jalen Freeman knocks down the triple. 10-7 Wildwood Catholic. Here's White around the screen. Back to Thweet. Pick and roll. And that's an offensive foul as Jalen Freeman draws the charge in the lane. So first foul of the ball game on Taj Thweet. Something to keep an eye on, certainly, as head coach Dave DeWeese wants to keep him on the floor tonight. Wildwood Catholic very talented, certainly in the starting lineup. Not the deepest team in the Cape Atlantic League. So foul trouble, something to keep an eye on tonight. Here's Jones, blocked. And it's McGonigal. It was Zarfati with the block. McGonigal comes up with it. Now back to Zarfati. Now over to McGonigal. Thweet, corner three on the way is good. And that's a part of his game he's been working on in the offseason. Projecting maybe as a three at the college level. Certainly dominant down low at high school, but he can shoot it. Freeman's shot's off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Torre comes up with it. But Jones can't handle it. And another turnover. So a few turnovers early on here from Pleasantville. Greyhounds trail 13-7. It'll be Wildwood Catholic basketball. 3:52 to go, opening quarter. McGonigal across the division line. Ben Church into the game for the first time for Wildwood Catholic. It's hopping in the corner to Thweet, cut off by Torre, and that'll be a blocking foul against Mohamed Torre. Torre, once again, a Rutgers football recruit, just signing his national letter of intent yesterday, along with teammate Samir Jones, who, as we mentioned, will be heading to Boston University to run track. Inbound off the back of the backboard, as Freeman got a piece of that one, so they'll do it again. Here's Rosado back into the game for Torre. And Jalil White to inbound. Into McGonigal, up top to Hopping. Over to Thweet, three ball on the way. Back iron, no good. Rebound battled for. Brought down by Elijah Jones, who's into the game for the first time for Pleasantville. Samir Jones, three. And that one is good. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jacob Valius as Pleasantville climbs within three. 13-10. More than halfway through the first quarter here in North Wildwood. Greyhounds set up full court pressure. Hopping into McGonigal. To White, and he'll try to bring it across. Man-to-man defense here by Pleasantville. White beats his man off the dribble, goes glass, and good. So smooth on the dribble, Jalil White. He has 6 early points. Here's Samir Jones, checked by Hopping, into the lane. Looking for Rosado. Rosado moved, and that ball flies out of bounds. So another turnover from the Greyhounds. Close to an offensive foul called on that play as well, but we'll go with the turnover. Hopping into McGonigal. That's Jalen Freeman's assignment on defense. Now back over to Hopping. He's checked by Rosado, poked away by Valius. Rosado ahead to Valius. Jacob Valius with the jam. So an emphatic first 2 points from Jacob Valius for Pleasantville. Still a 3-point game. Wildwood Catholic on top, 15-12. McGonigal, crossover. Picks up his dribble, finds Thweet, couldn't find the handle, and we have a traveling violation. So a good look there from Jake McGonigal. Thweet couldn't get the handle, and by the time he started moving, he traveled. 3 ball off the mark from Samir Jones. Elijah Jones with the rebound, but it's poked away. Here comes Catholic. McGonigal, White in the corner, goes baseline, floater, off the mark, battle for the rebound. And that's a big foul call because that's going against Tosh Thweet. That's his second foul in the first quarter. And we mentioned it, something to keep an eye on. Catholic not the deepest team. Check that, they're gonna get Ben Church on that foul, so that's a break for Wildwood Catholic. So Church picks up his first, Thweet still with 1. Battle for the loose ball there as Thweet works hard and jams it home. Thweet with 11 of Wildwood Catholic's 17 points here. He flushes home 2 more. 17-12 Catholic on top. Pleasantville looking to answer. Jones drives. Now it's Elijah Jones from the corner. And we have foul underneath going against Pleasantville. They'll get Jalen Freeman for the push down low. That's his first foul of the ball game. 1:36 to go, opening quarter. As you see that jam there from Thweet once again. Human highlight reel, Taj Thweet. Again, still just a junior. McGonigal to his left, now back to his right. Looking for Church on the low block, and some miscommunication there. As Dave DeWeese is in Jake McGonigal's ear right now about that one. So a turnover. Basketball goes back to the Ville. And a charge here as White draws the charge on Jacob Valius. (17-12) still, Wildwood Catholic on top with the basketball. And we have a turnover here as the ball flies right into media row here in the corner. And it'll go back to Pleasantville. Jalen Freeman to inbound here. White trying to block his vision. Freeman goes all the way into the backcourt. And that's Samir Jones who will set things up for Pleasantville. Jones to Freeman, left wing. Now Freeman on the dribble, jacks up a 3, and we have a foul called. So 3 shots on the way for Jalen Freeman as McGonigal got his arm on the way up. Officials talk it over now. And now they're going to say his foot was on the line, so it'll be 2 shots. So 2-shot foul here. 2 free throws on the way for Jalen Freeman. He has 5 points so far tonight. First shot is good. Second one coming here for Jalen Freeman. Again, his first and only season at Pleasantville. Played the last 2 at Middle. His freshman year right here at Wildwood Catholic. Freeman hits another. He has 7. Here's McGonigal. Cross court to Hopping. 3 ball all the way. Long. Battle for the rebound. Thweet and Jones. Now it's White, and he gets 2. Jalil White with 8, and the lead is 5. Here's Samir Jones down the lane, and he gets the roll. Samir Jones with 7, and it's a 3-point game again. 40 seconds to go, opening quarter. Wildwood Catholic on top, 19-16. Thweet drives, baseline, knocked away, and that ball will go over to Pleasantville. Some more substitutions here as Corey Crawford checks into the game for the first time for Pleasantville. Along with McFadden into the ball game for the first time for the Greyhounds as well. See if Pleasantville tries to hold for 1 here, down 3. Samir Jones. Church hits the floor. Jones for 3, and that's good. So much for holding for 1. We're tied, 19 up. Now here's Jalil White. Across the timeline. This looks like the Crusaders will set something up for the final shot of the quarter. White on the dribble, to his right. Shot is up, goes glass, good. 2 seconds to go, and the Greyhounds won't get it in. So after 1 in North Wildwood, Wildwood Catholic 21, Pleasantville 19. Just 2 scorers for Wildwood Catholic in that quarter as Taj Thweet has 11, Jalil White with 10. And for Pleasantville, Samir Jones leading the way, 10 points in the quarter. Jalen Freeman has 7, and Jacob Valius has 2. Mike Frankel courtside with you here in North Wildwood. Tonight's game, as always, brought to you by Ulmer's Appliance Service. Wildwood Catholic versus Pleasantville. Big-time Cape Atlantic League United Division showdown. And Catholic up by 2 after 1 as we get set for the start of the second quarter. Pleasantville basketball here. McFadden to tee things up for the Ville. Dribbles to his right. That's Crawford back to McFadden. They try to go to Valius, and it's a steal. Here's Hopping. Lobs Thweet. Alley-oop dunk. Thweet with multiple jams so far in this game. Good lob from Hopping. 3 on the way. That one's off the mark. Hopping comes down with the rebound. And that foul goes against Rosado. Check out the lob here as Hopping throws it up for Thweet. And he's able to stuff it home. So 7 fouls already on Pleasantville. That'll send Jacob Hopping to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Hopping looking for his first point of the night. And he gets it there. Hopping at over 20 in the season opener right here in North Wildwood. He went for 19 in Ocean City over the weekend. Strong game against Middle Township as well. And it looks like we have a foul called there going against Wildwood Catholic. So that is Thweet's second, and that's certainly something to keep an eye on. 24-19, Pleasantville on top. Here's McFadden. Zarfati's trying to stay in front of him. McFadden shoots. His shot is short. Ball goes out of bounds off of Pleasantville. Couple zeros into the game. Jersey number zeros. Jalen Freeman for Pleasantville. Jake McGonigal for Wildwood Catholic. Full court pressure here from Pleasantville. Zarfati cross court to White. White down low. Church. And he's fouled on the way to the hoop. So Ben Church trying to go up for 2. He's hacked, and he will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Junior, the 6th man for Wildwood Catholic for Dave DeWeese's rotation early on this season. Of course, Catholic will get Middle Township transfer Deshaun Lopez eligible in a few weeks as Church hits the first. Junior Church getting another free throw here, trying to give his team a 7-point lead. Second one, no good off the back iron. Pleasantville rips down the rebound. Here's Samir Jones. The Ville down by 6 all of a sudden. They trailed by 2 after 1. Valius up top. Catholic in a zone look on defense here. 2-3 with White manning the middle down low, and Thweet out of the game with 2 fouls. And now we have a foul called against Wildwood Catholic. That's their 6th. The next one will send Pleasantville to line to shoot 1-and-1. So Freeman here to inbound for Pleasantville. Tries the lob. It's knocked away by Church, and White comes up with it. Ahead to McGonigal. Over to Church. Church, right hand. He's rejected down there by Corey Crawford. But Catholic will retain possession. Again, Taj Thweet on the bench right now with 2 fouls. Zarfati in the corner, circles back to the top of the key. Over to White. Good matchup here with Samir Jones trying to guard him. Left-hand dribble to McGonigal. Now Zarfati in the left corner. Tries to go baseline, and a push called there, and that will send Dave Zarfati to the line to shoot 1-and-1. So the sophomore, Dave Zarfati, seeking his first point of the night. will go to the Greyhounds. 29-19, 5:30 to go before halftime here in North Wildwood. Catholic with a 10-point lead. Catholic inbounding. Zarfati gets it into Hopping. Now Church flashing through the lane to Hopping. Left-hand layup. No good. Here's Valius to Freeman. Almost went out of bounds. Freeman able to save it. Jalen Freeman, top of the key. That's for two, and it's short. McGonigal with the rebound for Wildwood Catholic. Crossover into the corner. Church. Back up top to Jalil White. White on the dribble. Spins into the lane, hangs, fouled. Can't get it to go. But Jalil White will go to the line to shoot two. So Jalil White, 12 points so far tonight. Thweet with 13 for Catholic. Thweet on the bench, though, right now with a pair of fouls, as White is short on his first free throw. So Jalil White to get a second here. Second free throw is good. So 13 for White, 13 for Thweet. The lead is 11 all of a sudden. Wildwood Catholic starting to pull away a bit here in the second. Here's Freeman. Gets to the baseline. Hangs, goes glass, no good. Put back, though, is good. And that's Jacob Valius. The Ville pulls within 9. Zarfati across the timeline. Here's a turnover. Torre on the run. Dishes to Jones, and he gets the layup to go. And a quick timeout from Dave DeWeese. So back-to-back buckets by Pleasantville. That brings the Greyhounds within 7, 30-23. 4:35 to go here in the second quarter. Samir Jones, 12 points to lead the way for Pleasantville so far tonight. Freeman with 7. Jacob Valius with 4. Those are the only 3 scores for Pleasantville thus far. For Wildwood Catholic, as we mentioned, 13 for Thweet, 13 for White. Zarfati with 2, Hopping and Church with 1 point apiece. This pivotal Cape Atlantic League United Conference battle, first of 2 this season between these teams, as we mentioned off at the top. The rematch will be on January 21st in Pleasantville, and you never know, a third meeting could be on the horizon at some point in the Cape Atlantic League tournament. So here's Wildwood Catholic out of the timeout. Thweet still on the bench with 2 fouls. This is White with the basketball. Dribbling through his legs, and now setting up a play here. Goes ISO, though. His shot rolls off the rim, and the rebound comes down to Pleasantville. Samir Jones poked away from behind with a foul on Church, and that will send Samir Jones to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Samir Jones, senior guard for Pleasantville, as Thweet checks back into the game for Wildwood Catholic. Dave DeWeese rolling the dice a little bit here, sending his big man back in with 2 fouls in the second quarter. Might try to go a little offense-defense for him until we get to halftime. First one rolls out, Torre with the push, and that'll send Wildwood Catholic to the line at the other end. So a big swing there. You missed the front end of a 1 and 1. And now the Greyhounds send Wildwood Catholic to the line to shoot 2. Double bonus time for Catholic. Still 4:16 to go, so something to keep an eye on there, with Catholic shooting 2 the rest of the way here in this first half. It'll be Thweet going to the line, fresh off of the bench. 13 points on the night for the junior. First shot is good. (31-23), Wildwood Catholic up by 8. Almost halfway through the second quarter here in North Wildwood. Thweet gets a pair. So he has 15 points already, and the lead is 9. Jones for 3, and he banks it in. Banks open late in North Wildwood tonight on a Thursday night. Samir Jones with 15. Here's Hopping. loses it, and then rejected by Rosado. Jacob Hopping still looking for his first field goal of the night as McGonigal gets set to inbound. McGonigal trying to get it in still. Dumps it off to White. Bodied by Freeman down there. We have a double dribble called along the baseline. It'll be a turnover. The ball go back to the Hounds. Here's Valius, right wing. Cross court to Freeman. Drives, dumps it off. Layup is good, and that's Alejandro Rosado, the junior, with his first bucket of the night. Near turnover, but White's able to corral it for Catholic. Back to a 4-point game. Pleasantville hanging tough here in the second. White checked by Freeman. Over to Zarfati. It's checked by Toure. Now check that. That's Townsend into the game. 3 on the way, no good. And Samir Jones with the rebound. To Rosado, and it's poked out of bounds by Wildwood Catholic. So Latrell Townsend into the game for the first time for Pleasantville, as Butch Warner goes a little deeper into that bench here in the first half. Samir Jones to inbound. Gets it into Valius. He'll set things up. Catholic in his own defense still. 2-3 look. Thweet back in the middle there. Greyhounds working around up top. Jones, nice look down low to Rosado, and he gets 2. Samir Jones, an outstanding first half so far. A handful of assists to go along with 15 points. And it's a 2-point game. White to his right, into the lane. Contact, no call, and he gets 2. So Jaleel White with 15. Valius, jump step into the lane. And we have a foul called there, which will send Jacob Valius to the line to shoot 2. Second foul of the night on Jake McGonigal. First free throw good there from Valius. 3-point game here as Ben Church checks back into the ball game. Jacob Hopping will get a little break on the bench. It's been a tough night, a little bit so far for Hopping, just 1 point so far. Second free throw rolls in for Valius, give him 6, and we're back to a 2-point game. Catholic on top, 34-32. Here's McGonigal, tight D there from Jones. McGonigal turns the corner to Zarfati, baseline jumper is off the mark. Rosado comes away with it, ahead to Valius. And White with a block, and we have a tie-up called. Possession will stay with Pleasantville, but Jalil White able to tie up Jacob Valius in the air. Athletic play from Jalil White. Freeman into Samir Jones. Sarfati inching out to try and guard him. And looks like we have a foul called on the floor. Wildwood Catholic faithful pleading for a walk there. But it'll be Jalen Freeman fouled, and that means he'll go to the free throw line. Checking back into the game for the Ville, Elijah Jones, promising sophomore for Butch Warner. Hopping comes back in for McGonigal. That's 3 fouls on Jake McGonigal, as the fouls are starting to pile up a bit here early for Catholic. 1-1 for Freeman, and he hits the front end. Jalen Freeman, former Crusader, former Middle Township Panther. He's got 8 points tonight for Pleasantville. He can tie it with this. And he hits it, and we're all tied up at 34. So Pleasantville down by 11 at one point in this quarter. The Greyhounds have come back to tie it. 2:20 to go until the half. Jalil White on the dribble. Freeman trying to guard him. White, crossover after crossover, hangs and gets 2. Jalil White goes glass, and Wildwood Catholic is back on top. White has 17 in the first half. Jones, Freeman, 3 ball on the way, is good. Freeman knocks down the triple, and Pleasantville has the lead, 37-36. So Catholic behind on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. That ball is poked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Catholic. Jake McGonigal on the bench with 3 fouls. Thweet on the floor with 2 fouls. White to set things up for the Crusaders. Thweet sets the pick. He doesn't use it. Church thought about a 3, dips in. Now here's Thweet with a 3. Way short. Rebounds on the floor, and it looks like it was last touched by a Pleasantville player with a foot on the line. So the Crusaders will keep it. 1:30 to go in the first half here. The Ulmer's Appliance Service game of the night. Sarfati to inbound. To Hopping. 3 on the way from Hopping. And he's off here so far, but he gets his own rebound, and that one won't go. Looks like it's tipped in by White. Back the other way. Valius spin off the mark. Jones can't get it to go. And now here's Catholic. Hopping with the basketball. Catholic back up by 1. Just over a minute to go in the second quarter. White gets by his man to Thweet. Hangs. And that has to be a traveling violation. Tough call there as there was a body on the floor. Freeman was on the ground. Thweet didn't want to come down on him. He ended up jumping over him, but he still had the basketball. Wildwood Catholic with a 1-point lead. Pleasantville with the basketball. Freeman, deep 3 this time, and he gets it to go. Jalen Freeman feeling it. Hopping back the other way. Dips in, and there's a foul call there as Freeman knocks Hopping to the floor. Quick to pick him up. And Jacob Hopping will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Again, the junior. He's been pouring in the points so far this season. He has just 1 tonight. And it looks like someone's shaken up on the play. And it looks like it's Taj Thweet shaken up on the play down there for Wildwood Catholic. Didn't have an angle at first as I'm in the opposite corner, but there was some contact down low. And Thweet is sprawled out on his back right now being attended to as head coach Dave DeWeese comes over. (40-38), Pleasantville on top with under a minute to go here in the second quarter. We'll have Hopping going to the line to shoot 2 after Thweet is attended to. It looks like they're working on his left leg, left knee. You hope it's just a cramping situation, but we'll see as Taj Thweet is being attended to. And Thweet is helped to his feet. And he looks to be trying to walk it off here a little bit. Looks to be no worse for the wear. Mike McGarry gives me a thumbs up in the corner. He says it's all good. So it'll be Hopping going to the line to shoot 2 here. Trying to tie this thing up. 40-38, Pleasantville on top. Obstructed views all over the gym tonight in North Wildwood. That's usually the way it goes down here. Hopping hits the first. Just his second point on the night. Brings Catholic within 1. Thweet now getting some ice for that left knee on the bench, as he'll probably be there until halftime. Second one no good. Rebound down to Valius for Pleasantville. Now it's Jones across the timeline. Into the lane. Samir Jones loses the handle. Here comes Catholic the other way. Samir Jones with the basketball. We'll see if the Crusaders hold for 1. 30 seconds to go. White thought about driving. Now he pulls it out. Right at midcourt. 22 seconds to go here. As now certainly seems like Catholic is holding for 1. If they score, they can take a lead into halftime. If not, it'll be Pleasantville on top at the break. 12 seconds to go. White with the dribble. Checked by Jones. 8 seconds to go. White still near midcourt. Now he dips in. Cross court to Zarfati. 3 on the way. Short. Rebound to White. And his shot is off the mark. So we're at halftime here in North Wildwood, and Pleasantville with a 1-point lead, 40-39. We'll step aside on the audio just for a couple of minutes here, and we'll check in with Mike McGarry from the Press of Atlantic City coming out of halftime in just a few minutes. Stay with us here on the Ulmer's Appliance Service Game of the Night. All right, halftime here in North Wildwood. Mike Frankel with you for the Olmers Appliance Service game of the night. Pleasantville on top of Wildwood Catholic, 40-39 at the break. I'm joined right now by Mr. Must-Win himself, Mike McGarry of the Press of Atlantic City. Mike, thanks for hopping on. Just your impressions of that first half. It seemed like Wildwood Catholic started to pull away a little bit in that second quarter. Pleasantville right back in this thing, up one at the break.
Yeah, my main impression is that these are supposed to be two of South Jersey's top teams, and they played like it in that first half. 40-39 here. This was a game played at a very high level, and I thought as you got towards the end of the second quarter there, Pleasantville with its depth was able to start to wear Wildwood Catholic down. I think Pleasantville substituted a little bit early in that second quarter, and Wildwood Catholic took advantage. When Pleasantville came back with the starters, they were kind of able to reassert themselves there.
I know Pleasantville has some tremendous athletes, but in terms of Division I basketball players, you've had a chance to see Thweet and White a couple times now so far this season. Obviously, you covered them for a couple of years now. How good are these guys in the general scope of the state? I know they're very much hyped here in Cape May County and in South Jersey. Are we really looking at two of the top recruits in the state in terms of the junior class?
Yeah, I think you are, and I think you're looking at two kids that are only going to get better. I think what really Thweet had about, like 5 or 6 spectacular dunks that first half, but what impressed me was the three-pointer he hit from the corner. If he's going to have his sort of athletic ability and be 6'7", 6'8", and be able to dunk like that and step out on the perimeter and sink that three-point shot with any sort of consistency, that he's going to be looking at a lot of college opportunities.
We're checking in with Mike McGarry from the Press of Atlantic City here at halftime as Pleasantville leads Wildwood Catholic 40-39. So let's talk bigger picture, Mike. I know it's early in the season, but you've obviously seen a handful of games. You've seen St. Joseph, you've seen Atlantic City, some of these teams. What jumps out to you, other than Pleasantville and Wildwood Catholic being two of the top teams in the Cal? What are some other storylines, at least early on, in terms of some of the top teams on the boys' side?
Well, I think you got to look at the overall depth of the Cape Atlantic League. Putting these two teams aside, you mentioned St. Joe. They're off to an impressive start. Not only did they beat Atlantic City, which might be struggling a little bit this year, quote-unquote struggling for them, but, you had a St. Joe team that got a nice win over a Ewing team that's a traditional Central Jersey power. You've got a Millville team with Rynell Lawrence and my favorite name in South Jersey, Little John Green, the 6'7" senior, named Little John. They're kind of asserting themselves. Plenty of other good teams out there. Holy Spirit, I think, might be a little underrated with their ability to shoot the three-point ball there. And of course, St. Augustine off to an impressive start with Andrew Delaney and Charles Solomon there, off to a 3-0 start. And the Caper Tigers with Martin Angulov. I think, what was he, 6 for 11 from three-point range last night as they beat Absegami. So I think what you're looking at overall is just a lot of depth in the Cape Atlantic League and an exciting season for Cape Atlantic League basketball.
Yeah, Brian Kniff calling him the Bulgarian Bomber.
I can go with it. I can go with it.
Martin Angela from Lower Cape May, super sophomore. So, yeah, I mean, it's early on here, but we have a lot of big tournaments coming up. The Boardwalk Basketball Classic, of course, on tap in a couple of days here. And then really the Shoot Down Cancer Classic is coming up earlier than usual as well. So how much fun does high school basketball in South Jersey become once we get into the holiday and we start getting these big tournaments not only down here in Wildwood over the break, but then these weekend tournaments seemingly every weekend in January and February.
I mean, there is no easing into the season anymore at this point. It begins with tip-off weekend. Then you got some big regular season games. Like you said, you've got a week from today, you've got Wildwood Catholic in Camden. Then you've got the Seagull Classic at Holy Spirit, some big games there. So it really is. And what I like about it is those showcases, it gives you an opportunity to see 5, 6, 7 teams in a couple of hours. So you really get to gauge, how good everybody is.
All right, Mike McGarry, Press of Atlantic City. Appreciate the time as always. And when in doubt, must win.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Mike, for taking the time as we wrap up halftime here on the Olmers Appliance Service game of the night. Pleasantville on top of Wildwood Catholic, 40-39. First half scoring totals. Little lopsided for Wildwood Catholic in terms of two main scorers. Jalil White leading the way with 19. Taj Thweet with 15. Hopping and Zarfati have 2 points apiece, and Ben Church has 1 point off of the bench. And then for Pleasantville, really the same story. Two guys leading the way, Jalen Freeman and Samir Jones, 15 points each. Jacob Valius has 6, and Alejandro Rosado with 4. No bench points so far for Pleasantville, although a handful of guys have seen action off of that bench. Mike Frankel courtside here in North Wildwood as we get set for the second half here. This Cape Atlantic League United Conference showdown, Pleasantville versus Catholic. Catholic with the ball first, almost out of bounds. Hopping tries to save it to White. He's falling out of bounds, and a turnover, and Valius with the flush. That play was doomed for the start there for Wildwood Catholic as one player after another was falling out of bounds, and Pleasantville ends up with the jam from Valius. The lead is 3, almost another turnover. And they're going to say White went backcourt. It's that tricky double line here in Wildwood Catholic. Once you cross the first one, you can back up to the second one, but that was a backcourt violation. Here's Samir Jones. Checked by McGonigal. He's playing with 3 fouls, dives on the floor for it, and comes up with a steal. To White, into the lane, to Hopping, baseline. And a blocking foul is called on Rosado. The ever-popular block charge scenario goes the way of the block there. And that'll send Jacob Hopping to the line to shoot 2. Again, Hopping without a field goal in that first half. He does have 2 points. Foul going against Rosado, his second. Hopping's first free throw rattles in. Second shot on the way from Jacob Hopping. And it's good. So Hopping has 4, and the deficit is 1. Samir Jones back the other way for the Ville. Hands off to Growalt in the corner. Haven't called his name too much tonight. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wildwood Catholic. Good hustle there from Jalil White. But it goes off of Catholic, so it stays with the Ville. Freeman into Jones, now back to Freeman. Jalen Freeman, the one-time Wildwood Catholic Crusader. In the left corner, circles back to the top. Skip to Jones on the right wing. Left-hand dribble into the lane, cut off by Zarfati, looking for Growalt. Last touch by Zarfati. It'll stay with the Greyhounds. And now a timeout on the floor as Butch Warner wants to talk things over here for Pleasantville. Pull up a seat. Glad you're with us tonight on the Olmer's Appliance Service game of the night. Wildwood Catholic and Pleasantville. The Ville on top, 42-41 right now. We're less than a minute into the third quarter. Again, both these teams coming in undefeated. Pleasantville 2-0, wins over Howell and Delsey. The Howell win was at the Ocean City PBA tip-off weekend. Delsey was on the road just a couple of nights ago. Wildwood Catholic 3-0. The Crusaders beating Holy Spirit right here on their home floor to open the season. Then knocking off Trenton at that Ocean City PBA tip-off event before they beat Middle Township just a couple of nights ago. Coming out of the timeout, Pleasantville with the basketball. And Valius catches and sets things up. Dribble handoff to Freeman. He's guarded by Hopping behind the back dribble, and they're going to get him for a traveling violation. Sort of a wild play there from Jalen Freeman as he has a smirk on his face. I think he knows it. Trying to do a little too much there. And it's a turnover against the Ville. Hopping having a little trouble getting it in. Zarfati's able to catch. He's double teamed there right in the corner. And a backcourt violation against Dave Zarfati. So 2 backcourt violations so far, just over a minute into this third quarter. Ben Church checking back in for David Zarfati. Church with the only bench point of the night for either team in that first half. Here's Samir Jones. Behind the back, hangs, shoots. Back iron, no good. Battle for the rebound. Growalt comes up with it and gets his first bucket of the night. So Sam Growalt, a very quiet first half. He gets the offensive rebound and scores. Here's White to set things up in front of the Catholic bench. Gets the call from the assistant coaches right behind him. McGonigal on the dribble now. Checked by Jones. Nice slip pass to Church, and Church lays it in. Well-run play there from Wildwood Catholic. Spin from Jones, hangs, misses, Growalt with the follow. Sam Growalt, back-to-back buckets for Pleasantville. The Hounds still up by 3. Down the lane, McGonigal, tipped by Hopping. Hopping comes down with it now. Thweet, cross court to McGonigal. 3-ball on the way, off the mark. Ripped down by Rosado for Pleasantville. Ahead to Freeman. Freeman jump step into the lane and gets it to go. Smooth move there from the senior Jalen Freeman, and the lead is 5. Biggest lead of the night for Pleasantville. Here's White. Again, right in front of that Catholic bench. Now he circles to the top. Pull-up jumper, that's a 2, and he gets it to go. Jaleel White, the first one to hit 20 points. He has 21. Jones quickly back the other way, and that's the 4th foul on Jake McGonigal. He can't believe it. He thought he came up with a clean steal, but that's a huge call because that's 4 on the Catholic point guard, and he'll have to sit. Zarfati checking back in for Wildwood Catholic. McGonigal can't believe it on the bench. He thought he got all ball. He has 4 fouls though now. Here's Valius, top of the key, checked by White. Backing in, tough shot there, and it rolls off. Thweet with the rebound, over to White. Zarfati, wide open 3. Short, gets his own rebound, but does he? Nope, taken away by Pleasantville. And a foul called on Zarfati. It looked like he was going to be able to grab the offensive rebound, but Samir Jones flying in. Awfully quick there, able to take that ball away, and then Zarfati fouls him. 4:50 to go, third quarter. Pleasantville up by 3. Here's Samir Jones, around a pick. Jones all the way in, and he lays it in. Awfully easy there for Samir Jones. He has 17 to match Freeman. Those two leading the way for the Ville. Jones around a screen from Thweet, now all the way in, and he gets it to go. And a traveling violation coming back the other way against Pleasantville. So it'll be Wildwood Catholic basketball just about halfway through this third quarter. Dave DeWeese in one of the officials' ears near the bench. Now here's Hopping, clear path to the bucket, some contact down there, and it looks like they'll get Rosado with the foul. So give Jacob Hopping credit. He struggled from the field tonight, but he continues to get to the free throw line to try and contribute from there. Looks like they'll get Valius on that instead. That's his 3rd, and that's something to keep an eye on as well. Hopping hits the first. Long on the second, and the rebound comes down to Rosado. He'll bring it across himself, left-hand dribble. Looked like he had an elbow out a bit, but they're going to get Church with the blocking call. So a foul against Ben Church, Jr., off of the bench for Catholic tonight. He should see some extended playing time here in the third with McGonigal on the bench with 4 fouls. Growalt, back to Freeman, power dribble, now blocked. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Pleasantville. 2-point game here. Pleasantville up by 2, 50-48. The Ulmer's Appliance Service game of the night here in North Wildwood. Jones around a screen from Rosado. Now all the way in, scoop shot, long. Sort of a wild shot there from Samir Jones, and the rebound comes down to Catholic. Tough catch from Zarfati. Back to Hopping, over to Thweet for 2. So Thweet in a bit of foul trouble late in that first half. He gets his first 2 of the second half. He has 17. We are tied at 50. Valius, 3-ball on the way, short. Rebound to Zarfati, poked away, he gets it back. Over to Hopping. He loses the handle. They got to get it across. The Crusaders do, and they do. Church into the lane, wide open, and a little too wide open as he gets called for steps. Corey Crawford back into the game for Pleasantville as Growalt takes a seat. Here's Rosado. Church working on him. Rosado able to spin, lays it off, stolen. Here's Jalil White. All the way in, can't get it to go, but he's fouled by Samir Jones. So Jalil White to the free throw line. He has a game high 23 points tonight. He can give Catholic the lead with making one of these. First one is short. Again, Catholic 3-0 so far on the young season. Pleasantville 2-0. Horn sounds there. White shoots anyway, gets it to go. They're going to count it. And now the substitutes into the game for Pleasantville. So Wildwood Catholic back on top. 51-50, 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Packed house in North Wildwood. Freeman able to spin away. Jump step, elbow jumper, nope, dishes and is stolen. Here's Thweet with some space into the lane. And he's fouled. They're going to get him on the floor there as Freeman tied him up on the floor. Third foul on Freeman. So foul trouble for both teams starting to become an issue here. Valius and Freeman each have 3. McGonigal with 4. This is stolen. Oh, right back to Zarfati. Can't get it to go. Thweet with the rebound. He misses. Here's Church. His shot is good. Catholic back up 3. Jones the other way. Rolls off the rim. White comes down with the rebound. Taken away. Battle for the basketball. Bodies flying everywhere. What do we have? We have a tie-up. Incredible hustle there by both teams. And in the end, we have a tie-up, and it'll be the Greyhounds' possession. A wild one here tonight. Wildwood Catholic on top by 3 at the moment. 2:26 to go in the third quarter. Freeman gets it into Jones, Samir Jones. Drives baseline, awkward shot, he can't get it to go. Hopping comes down with the board, over to White. Crosses the timeline, Jalil White, bounce pass to Thweet, couldn't catch it. Thweet couldn't catch it cleanly or else he might have had a dunk. Freeman back the other way, and he gets the layup to go. Whistles now as they check on Freeman. Freeman took a hard tumble into the wall there as they check on him. Trying to walk it off a bit. Jalen Freeman with 19 tonight. 1-point game once again. With a conversation going on near the Pleasantville bench. Some assistant coaches talking to official Doug Hiltner. They have things sorted out, and here we go again. Catholic to inbound. They get it into White. Crusaders hold 1. 1-point lead. Tough shot there, but he gets it to go, and that's Jacob Hopping. First field goal of the night for Hopping. The lead is 3. Jones looking for something quick, now backs it out, now drives again, and that foul will be on the floor. And it looks like it'll go against Ben Church. Let's see for the official call here. And it does go against Church. They'll get him with a push on the floor. Butch Warner pleading his case for a continuation foul. He wanted an and one. Pleasantville gets it in. Here's Jones, Elijah Jones, and he's fouled on the floor. Sophomore Elijah Jones scoreless tonight. He is a key reserve, though, for this Pleasantville team this year. And that foul going against Taj Thweet. That's his third. He'll stay on the floor for now. Again, depth, a bit of an issue for Wildwood Catholic early on this season. They don't go very deep, the Crusaders don't. They'll get Deshaun Lopez eligible in a couple of weeks, but not available tonight. McFadden thought about a three. Ball on the floor, and it's out of bounds. So McFadden loses it, and Wildwood Catholic will have possession, up by 3. 1:34 to go here in the third quarter. Ulmer's Appliance Service game of the night. Here's White, across the division line with some space. Zarfati thought about a deep three. Thweet posting up, spins baseline, spins the other way. Wild shot, hopping with a tip. That doesn't go. Thweet with the rebound, contact, and one. What an effort there from Taj Thweet and hopping, really. Both of those guys keeping that play alive. And Thweet imposing his will down low. He'll go to the free throw line to try and complete the three-point play. Four fouls on Valius, too, so a big sequence there. Thweet hits it to give him 20. The lead is 6. Catholic back in control, at least for the moment. Freeman on the dribble. Scoop shot, he gets it to go. That's an impressive move from Jalen Freeman. Give him 21. White trying to come back the other way. He goes glass and gets the roll. White has 26. Ball in the corner now for Pleasantville. Jones driving baseline, rolls off the rim. Thweet rips it down to Church. Now back to White. And Catholic might try to settle for one. Head coach Dave DeWeese calling out his set. 60-54, 30 seconds to go. Catholic on top on its home floor. Pleasantville was up 1 at the half. They were up by as many as 5 or 6 in that quarter. And now it's Catholic up by 6. Under 13 to go. White drives, Thweet in the corner, 3-ball on the way. Is short. Rosado the other way, 5 seconds to go. Alejandro Rosado loses the handle, and that's how this quarter comes to an end. So after 3, Wildwood Catholic back on top, 60-54. And it all comes down to the final quarter here in North Wildwood. Again, both teams coming in undefeated. Only one can leave that way. And Wildwood Catholic holding a 6-point advantage as we head into the final frame. Some big-time scorers tonight. Jalil White leading all scorers with 26. Thweet has 20. Jalen Freeman with 19. Samir Jones with 17. Valius with 8 for Pleasantville. Valius in a bit of foul trouble. McGonigal in foul trouble for Wildwood Catholic. Tonight's game, as always, brought to you by Ulmer's Appliance Service. As it's Cape Atlantic League basketball streaming live online. It's been a good one so far. Should be a good final quarter here in North Wildwood. Catholic again on top by 6 as we get set to go. It'll be Catholic basketball to begin the quarter. And now we have a situation behind the Wildwood Catholic bench. Not exactly sure what's going on over there. Some police officers involved at this point. And Wildwood Catholic athletic director on the scene as well. Not sure what exactly is going on. Now the Wildwood Catholic players being pulled away from the bench as it looks like we have some fans possibly causing an issue a couple rows back. Dave DeWeese calls his troops in. An extended quarter break here as a police officer is still talking to some fans right by the scorer's table. And it looks like we might be ready to play. We'll see. Overflow crowd as always here in North Wildwood. Again, the way the gym is configured, you have fans sort of right behind both teams' benches. And we're ready to go. So cooler heads prevail, whatever the situation was there, and we're underway again here in the fourth. Hopping into White, and he stepped on the line. So that's the way the third quarter, I believe, started for Wildwood Catholic as well, and they start the fourth quarter the same way. So, possession of Pleasantville, down by 6. Samir Jones, he's had an outstanding game tonight. So is Freeman. This is Jalen Freeman. Pull up 3. Way off the mark. White comes down with the board. Ahead to Thweet. No numbers though, so we'll slow it down. Diving on the floor is Freeman. Hopping with a 3 from the corner, and he gets it to go. A huge 3 there from Jacob Hopping, and the lead is 9. Pleasantville needing an answer here. That ball goes out of bounds. Rosado trying to drive, but was last touched by Catholic. Elijah Jones out of the ball game for Pleasantville. Mohamed Toure back in. Here's Jones, jump step rejected. That was Thweet with the block. Now here's White, back to Thweet with the jam. That's as good as a 1-2 punch as you'll get in the Cal. And an answer, though, quickly the other way from Samir Jones. So Samir Jones with an answer for 2. Still a 9-point game. Momentum certainly with Wildwood Catholic, though. Hopping, thought about a 3. Down low to Thweet, gets 2 more. Great look there from Hopping, good finish from Thweet. 1-on-2 there as Jones pushes ahead anyway. Catholic with the basketball, up 11. And the follow there by Hopping. So the lead has swelled to 13. It's been all Wildwood Catholic here early on in this fourth quarter. Hopping with 2 more to give him 12 for the night. And we have a timeout called by Pleasantville. 69-56 here in the fourth. All right, getting set to come out of the timeout here. Wildwood Catholic on some kind of run. They were up 6 after 3. They're up 13, less than a minute and a half into the fourth. Pleasantville needs to start chipping away. It'll be Samir Jones bringing it across. He has 19 tonight. Over to Valius. Jacob Valius been relatively quiet. His shot falls through, and they're going to count it, and a 1. So put Valius in double digits. He has 10. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. Just the second foul on White, so no danger there for him. Thweet still with 3. McGonigal still with 4, and he's still on the bench to start the fourth. Valius trying to complete the 3-point play, and he can't. And the rebound comes down to White. So still an 11-point game, Catholic with the ball in the lead. Hopping all the way in. Church battling for the rebound. Hopping gets it. And Jacob Hopping with a great effort down low. He'll head back to the line. Hopping ended up out of bounds after that miss, and Church was able to keep it alive. Hopping hops back inbounds, able to come down with it and draw the foul. Gritty effort tonight from Jacob Hopping. Shots haven't necessarily been falling, but he's getting the job done anyway. First one rolls in. He has 13, and he'll have another free throw here as the lead is 12. Hopping trying to make it 13. Second one is good. Back to a 13-point ball game as Wildwood Catholic has seized control here in the fourth. Valius tries to dribble in. Now he throws it away, or does he? That last touch, they're going to say, by Wildwood Catholic, as it looked like maybe Church got a fingertip on that basketball. Freeman trying to get it in. Into Crawford, to Valius, to Samir Jones. Jones drives in traffic and finishes. And the ball will go right back to Wildwood Catholic here. 71-60, 11-point lead, Catholic with the basketball. Full court pressure here from Pleasantville. They get it ahead to Zarfati. Ahead of the pack, Zarfati gets it to go. So a timely bucket there from the sophomore, David Zarfati. Freeman back the other way. This one's slipping away a bit for the Ville. Jones stripped. White, Zarfati. And he gets it to go again. 15-point advantage now for Catholic. It's been all Crusaders here in the fourth. And we're less than 3 minutes into the quarter. Jones, three ball on the way. And that one's long. Ripped down. The rebound is by Thweet. Here's White. He wants to slow things down just a bit for Catholic. Trying to hand off to Hopping. Tipped away. Rosado to Freeman. Good patience, and he gets two. Back to a 13-point game. Here's White. White all the way in for another bucket. Jalil White has 28. Back the other way comes Pleasantville. And it was Hopping trying to tie up Crawford from behind. You won't get that call too often. And that one going to go against Jacob Hopping. Hopping thinking he had all ball, but you rarely see that called as a tie-up when you're coming from behind the player. So here's Crawford to shoot two. Looking for his first point of the night. Corey Crawford's first shot, no good. McGonigal finally back into the game for Wildwood Catholic. He has 4 fouls. Dave DeWeese getting some good minutes from Ben Church, but Church goes back to the bench for now. Second shot on the way from Crawford, still seeking his first point. And he gets it. And a timeout from Butch Warner. Be a full timeout here as Pleasantville tries to do some damage control, down 77-63. They were up by 5 or 6 in that third quarter, down by 6 after 3, and now facing a double-digit deficit here with 4:39 to go in the fourth. Mike Frankel courtside with you in North Wildwood. Live video, of course, courtesy of Matt Ulmer. Sponsored by Ulmer's Appliance Service, bringing you great Cape Atlantic League action night after night this season. Catholic trying to get to 4-0. Pleasantville trying to get to 3-0. Again, the first of 2 meetings, 2 scheduled meetings between these teams this season. Round 2 will be January 21st in Pleasantville. And then we'll see what happens down the line in the Cape Atlantic League tournament. All right, Catholic basketball up by 14. And a turnover. As Hopping got it into McGonigal, McGonigal threw it right through Hopping's legs. Been tough sledding on inbounds plays for Wildwood Catholic. Here's Freeman now for Pleasantville. Tough pass, but catch made by Jones. Samir Jones, jump step. Contact, and that one rolls off the rim, but Samir Jones will shoot 2. Again, Samir Jones, three-sport athlete, quarterback for the football team, guard for the basketball team, outstanding runner on the track team. He just signed his national letter of intent to compete in track at the Division I level at Boston University. Misses his first free throw here. Again, Samir Jones starting his high school career at Mainland, played 2 seasons for the Mustangs. Some serious minutes as a sophomore for a very good Mainland team that year. He hits his second. Then the transfer to Pleasantville. Here's McGonigal to Zarfati. Wide open again. Down the lane to McGonigal, and it rolls off, but Thweet with the cleanup. Thweet with 26. Back to 15 points. Valius. Let's see. And that ball goes out of bounds off of Wildwood Catholic. Crusaders faithful looking for a charge on that play, no call. Crawford into Jones. Around a screen. Jones, another jump step into the lane, tries to lay it off. Ball's loose, rolls out of bounds. Looks like off of Catholic. So the ball rolls out of bounds. Pleasantville to inbound. We're halfway through the fourth. Freeman. Jones steps into a three. That one's short. Ripped down by Jalil White. And we have a foul called. And that'll send White to the free throw line, or at least it should. Let's see. Is that the 7th foul or the 6th foul? Looks like foul number 6. So the next one will send Wildwood Catholic to the line to shoot 1-and-1. It's an inbound situation here. And was that ball tipped? We'll see what they say. Nobody wants to make a call. And now they do. They say it wasn't tipped, so it was a turnover. Pleasantville basketball. Growalt to inbound. Gets it into Freeman. Pleasantville has to hurry here. They have to score in bunches. Down 15. Spin. Back up top to Samir Jones. Jones on the dribble. Down low to Rosado. His shot is blocked. White looking to slow the pace just a bit for Catholic. Here's McGonigal. Jake McGonigal picks up his dribble. Taken away by Growalt. Ahead of the pack and off the fingertips of Valius. And the Greyhounds turn it right back over. So some sloppy play here from both teams during this stretch. But when the dust settles, still a 15-point lead for Catholic. Here's McGonigal. 2-on-1 break if he wants it, but he doesn't. Back to White, though. They get the secondary break, and they get a jam. That's 30 for White. Freeman, wild shot, but he's bailed out with a foul. Hopping can't believe it. DeWeese can't believe it. But Freeman is going to the line to shoot 2. So 30 on the night for Jalil White. Thweet closing in on that number as well. He has 26. Hopping with 14. First free throw is no good there from Freeman. This game's starting to slip away from the Greyhounds. Very competitive game right up until the start of the fourth quarter when Catholic really surged. Trying to make 1 of 2 here, and he gets it. So 1 of 2 for Freeman. 81-65, Zarfati to White. Top of the key. He'll reset back over to Zarfati. Right in front of Dave DeWeese. McGonigal, high post, corner to Hopping. Hopping is fouled. That'll send him to the line. So 1-and-1 for Jacob Hopping. And Jacob Valius has just fouled out of the ball game. So a bit of a quiet night for Jacob Valius, the senior. Just 10 points, and I'll have to watch the rest of this one from the bench. Doug Hoskins into the ball game for, I believe, the first time. Maybe the second time tonight for Pleasantville. 3 minutes exactly on the clock. First shot rolls in for Hopping. He'll get another. And after a quiet start, Jacob Hopping has 15 points. High-scoring affair in North Wildwood tonight. They usually are. Second one goes. The lead is 18. Rejected by Thweet. Shot no good there from Rosado. McGonigal with the ball. White. Loose ball still. Zarfati, baseline, cut off to Hopping. 3-ball, way off the mark. You don't see that too often from him. That would have been the dagger. As it stands, still an 18-point game. And this one might be too tough for Pleasantville to climb back anyway, as Butch Warner goes a little deeper into his bench still. Townsend back in. 18-point game. The Ville has to hurry. Jones to the corner. That's Hoskins. Circles back up top to Townsend. Back to Jones. Down low to Rosado. Far corner to Freeman. Good defense here from Catholic, but Freeman gets it to go anyway. Freeman has 26. Thweet back the other way. He wants to slow it down a bit. And a timeout called by head coach Dave DeWeese of Wildwood Catholic. 2:09 to go as Wildwood Catholic tries to put the finishing touches on what would be an impressive victory here tonight. Crusaders lead 83-67, and Catholic will have the basketball coming out of the timeout. Again, Catholic on the brink of going 4-0 to start the season. Highly ranked in all of the South Jersey media polls, consensus top 5 team in South Jersey. Pleasantville not too far behind, also very highly ranked in many of the polls. But the Crusaders getting the better of the Greyhounds tonight, certainly in the fourth quarter. Again, the Greyhounds, if you're just joining us, of Pleasantville, trailing most of that first half. They took a 1-point lead into halftime, then they were up by 5 or 6 in the third before Catholic came roaring back to move in front and then some. So McGonigal to inbound, just over 2 minutes to go here in the fourth. Can't get it in, and that's a 5-second, or wait a minute, let's see, almost 5-second. We have another timeout called by head coach Dave DeWeese. He wants a 30 this time. So good pressure there from Pleasantville. Still 2:09 to go, 83-67. Wildwood Catholic in control. Taj Thweet, 26 tonight. Jalil White, 30 tonight for Wildwood Catholic. And almost another turnover, and it is. Now it's a tie-up. Another weird, sloppy play here. There's been a few of those in the fourth, and now we have a foul call. That one goes against Pleasantville. That one will go against Townsend. And that'll send Hopping back to the free throw line. Greyhounds still battling here, but very much an uphill climb at this point. Hopping's first free throw falls through. Give him 17 for the night. Second free throw from Hopping, and that one also falls through. 18 for Hopping, 85-67. Jones still working hard for Pleasantville, and he draws a foul down low. Looks like that one will go against Thweet. Would be his fourth, I believe. Might be all academic at this point anyway. This one seemingly locked up for Catholic. 4 on Thweet, as he was able to navigate that early foul trouble pretty well tonight. Jones hits 1 of 2. Give him 23. We're under 2 minutes. Steal by Pleasantville. Diving on the floor here, and we have a timeout from the Pleasantville bench as Butch Warner was able to get the timeout. That was Doug Hoskins. Great hustle on the floor there. Again, the Greyhounds still battling. 85-68, though. The Greyhounds trail Wildwood Catholic. Under 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Jalen Freeman, 26 points to lead the way tonight for Pleasantville. Samir Jones with 23. It's been those two leading the way for the Greyhounds, but better performances to this point from White and Thweet. White has 30, Thweet has 26. Sarfati with 6 for Wildwood Catholic. Valius with 10 for Pleasantville. He is out of the ball game, though. He's fouled out. Again, Wildwood Catholic trying to put the finishing touches on an impressive victory here tonight. So the Greyhounds to inbound. They have to hurry here. They have to work quickly. Down 85-68. Freeman thought about a three, dips in. Still with a dribble, turns the corner, kicks out off the fingertips of Hoskins. And that's a turnover. So we'll see if and or when Butch Warner calls off the Dogs here. Not yet, though. White gets to the bucket, short, though. Here comes Freeman the other way. Pull-up jumper in the lane. Now he looks to dish, and that one sails out of bounds. Turnover after turnover for Pleasantville here in the fourth quarter. It's been a sloppy quarter, but Wildwood Catholic surging in front to start, and they've stayed there. Sarfati lob to Thweet, little too high, catches it, gets it to go though, and he'll try to complete the three-point play. So even on a blown alley-oop attempt, Thweet able to make something out of nothing, corrals his own rebound, draws the foul, gets it to go. And the free throw is good. And now Dave DeWeese will start to empty his bench just a little bit. A curtain call for Jacob Hopping. Jared Hopping, his brother, into the game for the first time tonight, wearing number 25. Here's Freeman into the lane. And Zarfati for a second, but now it's Pleasantville. Here's Samir Jones. Floater, too strong. Battle for the rebound, comes down to White. Just over a minute to go as Wildwood Catholic putting the finishing touches on a win here. McGonigal down the lane, and that's his first bucket of the night. And that should just be about it. 90-68 Wildwood Catholic. Long three on the way from Freeman, rims out. Rebound down to Catholic. As the final seconds tick off of the clock, Pleasantville still pressuring though. Down 22, and a travel there. Greyhounds still not waving the white flag, still battling, but impossible at this point, down 22. Outstanding effort by both teams tonight. Taj Thweet with 29, Jalil White with 30, leading the way for Catholic. Jones, too strong on the three. White whips down the rebound, and that might just about do it. Thweet to McGonigal. Catholic wants to run out the clock, and it looks like Pleasantville will let them. So an impressive victory here tonight from Wildwood Catholic as the final seconds tick off of the clock. They will win this one 90-68 in a game that was really a lot closer than the final score would indicate. Again, Wildwood Catholic down by 1 at the half, and they end up winning this one by 22 points. 90-68 the final here in North Wildwood. We'll get you some final scoring totals here. Jalil White leading all scorers with a game-high 30 for Wildwood Catholic. Taj Thweet right behind him with 29 points. After a slow start, Jacob Hopping with 18 points. Dave Zarfati chipping in with 6 for Catholic. 5 points for Ben Church off of the bench. And Jake McGonigal with 2. In a losing effort for Pleasantville, Jalen Freeman with 26 points. Samir Jones with 23. Tough night for Jacob Valius. He had 10 but fouled out. 4 points for Sam Growalt. 4 points for Alejandro Rosado. And 1 point for Corey Crawford. Wildwood Catholic improves to 4-0. Pleasantville drops to 2-1. So that'll do it tonight for the Olmers Appliance Service Game of the Night. Thanks for joining us. Once again, I'm Mike Frankel. Wildwood Catholic 90-68 over Pleasantville.